Hello children, this is your English teacher Sanjay. I welcome you all to yet another session of YouTube. Today I've decided to take up the ninth lesson of English supplementary text with the lesson named The Comet. Okay, so this will be a wonderful read and it's written by Jayanta Nurlikar. Okay, Jayanta Nurlikar. So that you understand, I would like to share few information before we move on. Let me zoom it up. Okay, so this story will continue into next lesson as well. This is the first part, lesson number 9. It will continue on to lesson number 10 as well. Okay, so this is broadly divided into two parts. Before we read, you must know few things. All right, as the title suggests, we are going to learn or know about comet. Okay, so the question that pops up is, what is comet? I'm sure most of you know what comet is. Comet is nothing, it's a celestial body, isn't it? Celestial body. No, it's a celestial body that looks like a, let's say, bright star with a tail, and it moves around the sun. Okay, so I believe it's clear. If it is not, just pause, get 10 minutes backward and re-listen to what I said about celestial body. It's nothing but it's a celestial body that looks like a bright star with a tail and moves around the sun. Okay, that is common. In the story, Dattada, Mr. Datta will find, some comet and then it will be named and all those things. So, without any further ado, let's begin the lesson named The Comet. Okay, give me a moment. Let me just zoom it up. Yeah. So, lesson number 9, The Comet. Before we read, see, a new comet, we are here. A new comet has appeared in the sky and is heading straight for the Earth. A head-on collision. See, let's say this is comet and it's heading straight towards Earth. Now, a head-on collision, if comet collides with Earth, what is likely to happen? We all know, no? Comets are bigger, right? It's likely to cause or wreak havoc, damage. Okay, so it's nearly unavoidable. Alright, class, just imagine the gravity of the situation here. The situation is grave. How? Because a head-on collision with new comet is likely to occur. It will mean the end of life on Earth. Means there will be no life on Earth if this collision is occurring. If this collision occurs, there will be no longer any life thriving or surviving on Earth. Okay. So scientists and religious leaders react to this situation in two different ways. So whenever something happens, something scientific will have A, scientist reacting to it, and B, there will be some religious leaders as well. No. So what happens to the comet? Let's read and find out the first part of the story. So in the first part, what are we basically going to learn? We'll learn that this person by the name Dattada is an amateur scientist. Amateur is someone who's not, let's say, a full-time scientist, or even if he is not such, he hasn't entered that professional league. Alright. So he can stay away from keen-eyed Dibya Chakshu for long. Now, Dibya Chakshu refers to telescope. Remember this. Okay. Dibya Chakshu in this story refers to telescope. Alright. So Dibya helps him achieve his secret ambition. So this person has a secret aim. He wants to achieve something. Maybe we do not know what is it. So Dattada's wife, Indrani Devi, wishes he hadn't found the object of his search. Okay, so Dattada's wife is named Indrani Devi. She wishes that he does not found the object he was looking for. Okay, so I believe the preface is very simple. We have an amateur scientist by the name Dattada who has a secret ambition. No, he has his wife Indrani Devi who does not want him to find what he is looking forward to get. Okay. So let's read and break it down. It was a moonless night in December. A burst of cool breeze from the window was enough to disturb the sleep of Indrani Devi. Half awake, she felt for the adjoining pillow, although she knew the answer. Dattada was not there. Okay. So Decembers are usually very cold. No? Now even it's December, so Decembers are usually very cold. So as soon as this cool breeze from the approaching window disturbs Indrani's sleep, she just moves her hand across pillow to check whether Dattada is there. Okay. So even before asking, she realizes that Dattada was not there. Okay. Let's follow, read and find out. So he has gone to the hobnob with that wretched Dibya. At least he might have bothered to close the door. Even as she muttered her complaints, Indrani Devi could not repress her smile. Means she could not smile. Okay, she was muttering, complaining, but at the same time she was smiling. Okay, hobnob is a new word. The meaning is clearly written here. Means friendly talk. Spend time together. Okay. So she was smiling because Dattada has gone out in the middle of such cold night with his Dibya. Where? So she knew how utterly oblivious means forgetful, her husband was of the practical problems of living. And she was not attached to real life or something. This people usually say the scientists and all, they live in the world, but then they are not really connected. They are, kind of fully drawn or absorbed in what they are, thinking about, an idea or whatever you'd like to call it. So Indrani could not repress a smile. She knew how utterly oblivious her husband was of the practical problems of living. Okay. Didn't his doctor tell him to take special precaution against the cold? So Indrani Devi is talking, it appears as though Dattada's doctor told him to be careful against the cold. Cold season is really very harsh and people are asked to be very careful. But he wouldn't remember to put on a sweater even if it was lying on his bedside chair. How could he when Dibya had put her spell on him? So she was saying, as if Dibya had put her spell on it. Putting spell means done something magical to get attraction or attention of someone. Okay. So according to his wife, see, this is the wife I'm talking about. Doctor had told Dattada to wear sweater, but see, he has come out with his telescope. The name of this telescope is Dibya, like they suggest. Okay, everything very clear and simple up to here. So now let's move on and find out. You can see, wintry night most probably, and then Dattada is observing something. Okay, let's read. She picked up white woolen pullover. Pullover refers to sweater. Okay, wrapped herself in a shawl and made her way to the roof to break up his tete with Dibya. Okay, so class, what happens here is Indrani Devi takes sweater of her husband and then walks up to the roof in order to break the tete. Tete refers to private conversation between two people. So she was here in order to break the private conversation. She was not enjoying whatever was going on. Okay. Now, she found them both huddled together, eye to eye. At least Dattada was looking into Dibya's eyes. So this is described in a very comical manner, as if Dattada was talking to a human. Alright. So she says, she found them huddled together. They were very close, and Dattada was looking into Dibya's eyes. The telescope. Okay. So when Dattada acquired his telescope, he was so thrilled, he was excited that he called it Dibya Chakshu. Okay. What did he name it? Dibya Chakshu. I've told you in the beginning, no? It means divine eye. To Indrani Devi, let me zoom it up. To Indrani Devi, the telescope was like designing a woman who had ensnared, okay, who had ensnared her husband. So she just called it Dibya and the name stuck. Okay. So to Indrani Devi, it was like another woman. Okay, and her husband was drawn towards it, and as a result, he just preferred calling it Dibya. It's all in humor, good fun, nothing else. So, to Dattada, we are here, class. To Dattada, the telescope marked the fulfillment of the ambition of a lifetime. So, this marked the fulfillment of an ambition. He had a lifetime ambition, an aim. He wanted to do something, and the advent of telescope was the beginning of it. So, as an amateur astronomer, he had long means wished. Okay, he had wished for enough money to buy a good telescope and for enough spare time in which to observe the heavens. Heavens here refers to sky, heavenly body. Okay, so he got them both. He got them both means he got enough time plus telescope. Now he could gaze at the stars and moon and all the heavenly bodies for hours and hours. Okay, he got them both when he retired with ample money. So he apparently used to work somewhere and he retired. In India, we retire at a certain age, no, let's say by 60, and then usually people get in a lot good sum of money to survive during their old age. Okay, so the telescope was duly installed, and long were the dark nights that Dattada spent in stargazing. He used to gaze at the stars. Okay, he loved that. At least Indrani Devi thought so. Indrani Devi's thinking was that. Okay, so let's move on to page number 75 and find out what we have here. Here, put on the sweater. Do you want Nabeen Babu to order bed rest tomorrow? So Nabeen Babu most probably is the doctor. Okay. So who orders us bed rest if you're feeling unwell? Of course, doctor, isn't it? So his wife comes and threatens him to put on the sweater, otherwise he'll have to go for a bed rest the following day. Okay. So like every other amateur astronomer, Dattada had a secret ambition that he would one day discover a new comet. He wanted to discover a new comet. I told you in the beginning what comet is, isn't it? So, for comets can be new, coming as they do from remote corners of the solar system. Because comet can be new. Okay, they come from the remote corners of the solar system. So, discovering comet might be difficult but not impossible. Like planets, comets also orbit around the sun, but the orbits are highly eccentric. Okay, the orbits are highly eccentric. Eccentric is a new word here, class. We are talking about the orbits of comet, and the adjective uses highly eccentric. Eccentric means unusual here. Okay, the orbits of comets, unlike the planets, are highly unusual here. They are unlike the orbits of other planet, like I said. Okay, so once in a while a comet comes close to the sun. It's comet. So once in a while a comet, we are here, class, in case if you are lost. So once in a while a comet comes close to the sun. It has a longish tail that is brilliantly by the sunlight, and then it recedes into darkness, not to be seen again for years or for centuries. So this is how comets actually function. It has a long tail and it lights up. It lights up very brilliantly. Okay, by the sunlight, and then it recedes, means fades into darkness, goes back, so disappears into darkness, and is not seen for years and years, even centuries. So sighting comet is not that easy task, we can say. Alright, let's move on. What a chance did he stand with his 8-inch Divya. Then professional astronomers have gigantic telescopes. So that thought, whether or not he has chance with his 8-inch Divya. Professional astronomers have gigantic, huge telescopes, no? If they cannot watch things on their telescope, how can Dattada do anything? Is what he was thinking. Okay, and Dattada was optimistic. The positive thing about Dattada was he was optimistic. So, class, who's optimistic? Optimistic is someone who's hopeful, even in adverse situation. Okay, so Dattada was optimistic. He knew that the professionals with their pre-assigned programs, okay, professional who were given their pre-assigned program, already some programs might be assigned to professionals, no? So these professionals would be looking at faint stars, weak stars, and nebulous galaxies. Okay, they'll be looking at faint stars, and then nebulous galaxies means hazy galaxies. Okay, so they might miss such an insignificant thing as a comet which they were not expecting to see anyway. So indeed, amateurs had often discovered new comets which the professional had missed, according to him. So, okay, so amateurs have real chance at discovering comet because according to Dattada, the professionals are busy with their pre-assigned task, and it looked to Dattada that tonight was going to be the big night. Dattada was very optimistic about that particular night. He thought that some form of discovery will occur. For against the background of the same old stars, Dattada had detected a faint strange. Okay, he found something. Faint stranger here refers to celestial body. He re-examined the charts with him, checked his dibya for any smudges on the optics, did some calculation on his pocket calculator in torchlight, for though absent-minded about daily chores, he was meticulous. Okay, means very careful in his observation. So Dattada could not believe. He had spotted something. He saw something. So he checked it several times for confirmation with calculations and all those things. He cleaned the lens to see there is no speck and everything. Okay. So yes, there can be no mistake. What he was looking at had not been there earlier, and it did not look like a new comet. 2 days later, the Ananda Bazar Patrika is a magazine, famous magazine, popular in Kolkata. Okay, the Ananda Bazar Patrika came out with the news. So, what is the news? What did it read? See, this is the headline. Okay, in Ananda Bazar Patrika, it's a headline, news headline. It says, from a special correspondent, Sri Manoj Datta, a resident on the northern outskirts of Kolkata, has Kolkata now changed to Kolkata. Okay, that is why I have already said Kolkata. So there is this news item. This is the heading. Kolkata man discovers new comet. Sri Manoj Datta, a resident of the northern outskirts of Kolkata, has claimed to have discovered a new comet. He has seen the comet on the last 2 nights and has informed the Indian Institutes of Astrophysics (IIA) at Bangalore of its whereabouts. So he has seen the comet, is spotted. He is also given the whereabouts of, the yes, he's also given them the whereabouts of the comet he has discovered. No, so the IIA runs a 90-inch telescope. Okay, the IIA runs a 90-inch telescope. Let me just zoom it up so that you can see it better. Yeah, it runs a 90-inch telescope that begins in Asia at Kavalur. It confirms Datta's finding. So they confirm, means it was indeed the big day for Dattada. They had confirmed, Datta's finding, and it will be the high point in his lifelong career as an amateur astronomer. Dattada, as he is affectionately called by his friends and admirers, estimates that the comet would be clearly visible to the naked eye in the next few months. So he estimated that, the comet will be visible in few months' time from now. So he gives all the credit for his discovery to his 8-inch telescope named Dibya. So Dibya is really special here. Okay. So thereafter, it took just 1 week for Comet Datta to be recognized and so named. So he was named. So the comet was named Comet Datta. honoring Dattada. Okay. For the IIA confirmed the findings and communicated it worldwide, and according to the accepted practice, the new comet was named after its discoverer. Okay, so Dattada had become really popular with this discovery. Now what happens? Let's read and find out. This brought in unwelcome publicity to the introvert Dattada. So Dattada was an introvert. So what is the meaning of introvert, class? Do you know? Introvert is someone who is preoccupied with his or her own thought and feelings, not interested in things outside oneself. Okay, so Dattada was an introvert. So it brought him unwelcome publicity. He did not like the kind of publicity he received. Okay, so there were numerous receptions and functions to attend. Returning from one such ceremony, Dattada muttered, he spake to himself in disgust. He was angry. He did not like, he disapproved. Okay. I almost wish I had not discovered this comet. See, this person's lifelong wish was to discover comet. Now that he's discovered comet and he had to attend so many functions and all, he wishes that he had not discovered this comet. Okay. So to his surprise, Indrani Devi agreed. So Indrani Devi also agreed. She says, I wish the same, though not for the same reason. Her reasons are different, but she wish the same. Okay. So he asks, may I ask why? May I ask you why? May I ask why you wish I had not discovered this comet? Dattada asked. So she says, comets bring ill luck. They bring bad luck. And I wish a good man like you were not associated with the discovery of one. Indrani Devi said with concern. She was worried. Okay. So Dattada started bursting out into laughter. He started laughing and said, I see that even an MA degree has not cured you of your superstitions. So MA degree, Dattada's wife was also educated. Okay, so Dattada made fun of her and then said, you are so superstitious. Okay. False belief and all refers to superstitious. So he calls him superstitious and says, even your MA degree could not help you. You're so superstitious. So there is no correlation whatsoever with the arrival of comet and the calamities of the earth. Calamities refers to disastrous misfortune. So he says, the comet and misfortune are in no way related. On the contrary, means on the opposite, comets have been scientifically studied and their composition is well understood. There is nothing harmful about them. Well, you will soon see this comet of mine pass harmlessly by causing no anxiety to anybody. So that was really positive about his, his comet causing no harm at all. So, in this last comment, however, Dattada was not going to be exactly right. So there is twist here. What twist is there? We'll find out. Okay. First, we will just take a look at the exercises we have. Give me a moment. Yeah. So let's just take a quick look at the exercises we have. Okay. Here we go. So see, we have a little comprehension check here. No, it says, why does Indrani dislike Dattada's hobnobbing with Dibya? She is complaining and smiling. Why is she smiling? What was Dattada's secret ambition? What did he do to achieve it? What is the difference between a planet and a comet as given in the story? Why was Dattada hopeful that he would discover a new comet soon? Number 6. Why did Dattada say, I almost wish I had not discovered this comet? Why is his wife unhappy about discovery? Okay. Why does Indrani Devi dislike Dattada's hobnobbing with Dibya? Because according to her, doctor told him to stay rested during cold winter night. But then Dattada had gone out. He had gone out wearing what? Wearing no warm cloth in the winter and was risking with his health. Right? 2. She's complaining and smiling. Why is she smiling? Because he is away with an 8-inch camera, and as an amateur he was expecting to find a comet, discover rather. Okay, moving on. Question number 3. What was Dattada's secret ambition? Very simple. He wanted to find a comet. Roman number 2. What did he do to achieve it? He used to do lot and lot of stargazing, using Divya. Is it Divya, as he calls it? Moving on. Question number 4. What is the difference between a planet and a comet as given in the story? Very simple, class. It has got something to do with rotation. So I've explained. Read and write. Number 5. Why was Dattada hopeful that he would discover a new comet soon? This is also simple. It has got something to do with professionals. No, professional given prefix task and everything. Right. Moving on. Number 6. Why does Dattada say, I almost wish I had not discovered this comet? Because he does not like so many receptions post the discovery. No. Why is his wife unhappy about the discovery? His wife is unhappy about the discovery, but her reasons are different. Because she feels that this discovery brings along ill luck. No. And the earth is likely to have its own fair share of problem. No. So this is the reason prescribed by her. Okay, so what do we have in second part of the story? Let's find out and check. Okay. So in part 2 of the story, what we'll find is, we'll find that a British scientist writes a paper based on Dattada's discovery. He and defense science advisor have a tete-a-tete over an impending calamity. A conference of international experts might yield a clue to the cosmic puzzle. So there is this puzzle post the discovery. So second part will be full of mess. No, we'll have to find out what kind of mess will it leave behind. Okay. So this and many more will be discussed in the next video class. Let's wind up the session here. It was wonderful to have shared and explained this lesson with you all. Thank you. If you have liked this work, spread it with your friends. Thank you everyone. Bye bye. Have a great time. Thank you.